Hello and welcome everyone. Today in the lab I'm continuing my quest to answer the question of how long it takes to get monetized on YouTube. It's time for an update on my 90-day monetization challenge. This week I'll be looking at how the latest upload seems to be cannibalizing views, if the new thumbnail split test feature increases click-through rates, a weird experimental message I received from YouTube Studio, and finally some major challenges I have to face over the next couple of weeks. So let's dive into what's been happening during week 2. This week, Meteoric Money Labs gained 15 subscribers and racked up 46 hours of watch time. That's down quite a bit from last week, with 18% less watch time and 46% less subscribers than last week, even though it looks like there's a small uptrend here. But if I switch to last week, overall, it was just higher last week. But on the bright side, I saw some very interesting things in the analytics I'm going to share that I think reveals some things about how the YouTube algorithm is working with small channels. How I think YouTube might be cannibalizing views from one high-performing video to test another. Before I get to that, I want to show overall progress towards the monetization by looking at the last 365 days. And from there we can see a grand total of 867 hours of watch time, 454 subscribers, actually that's 455, and so still about 30% of the goal completed. A big thanks to everyone out there who has watched any of my videos and subscribed. I hope you got some value out of them. In just the last 48 hours, the channel has gotten 349 views. I keep an eye on this metric every day. I think of it as the pulse of my channel. I have seen it go over 600 at times back here when things were peaking out, but check out the top performing videos in just the last 48 hours. This is really exciting, interesting, and a little scary all at the same time, and you will see why in a moment. This is the latest video here, published just a bit over 48 hours ago, and in just the last 48 hours, it has been viewed more than what has been the top performing video for the last 3 months, which is this PageSpeed Insights tutorial video. And if I check out the analytics for that video, it will be obvious why it seems to be doing so well in a moment. But before I click on the analytics, notice I am using the new thumbnail split test feature to split test 3 different thumbnails, which is why the thumbnail for this video looks segmented out into 3 sections like this. Now, if I check out the analytics, the first thing I notice is this video is being displayed on people's home pages. That's what's really driving the above typical amount of views, which is the gray area down here. But unfortunately, that's not driving much watch time or subscribers, which is probably to be expected due to the nature of the content. If I look at the reach, impressions look to be on a good trajectory with no sign of flatlining yet. Down here again, you can see the thumbnails I'm testing and how much time is left in the split test. And I am wondering if this thumbnail test is driving a higher than normal click-through rate than what I'm used to seeing on this channel, currently averaging 4.6%. with a high of 5.4% here. And before I compare the performance of this latest video to the highest performing page speed video, let's first take a look at the analytics for that video by itself so we can see what's at stake here. The PageSpeed Insights video is the highest performing video on the channel so far, contributing almost 11,000 views, 666 hours of watch time, and 302 subscribers so far. It's been the only video I could count on to bring in views and watch time almost every hour for the last 3 months now. And if I look at the reach, you can see that's coming from 240,000 impressions at a 3.2% click-through rate, which has peaked out at about 5.5% in the past. Just like the How to Get vidIQ for Free video, this video used to say it was being displayed on the homepage down here, but it doesn't say that anymore. Last month, however, I got this weird experimental message from YouTube Studio stating one of your videos is watched less often from the YouTube homepage, which is leading to lower channel views. And if I click on this Tell Me More, it says the same thing here, but down here it says broader audiences may show less interest. Views tend to drop off after the video starts showing to people who are less interested. I really appreciate the insight from YouTube as to what's happening. I interpret this as meaning it ran out of people who are interested in seeing this content on their homepage, and that when it started pushing it out to a broader audience, it simply got fewer views. Interesting. So is this latest upload going to be the next highest performer? Let's take a look at a direct comparison between the two. If I go back to the latest upload and look at impressions by traffic source, this looks really good straight up and to the right. But if I compare it to the reigning champion, it puts things into perspective. Still promising with the impressions from this video looking like it's increasing velocity compared to the other one. If I look at views by traffic source, it looks like that slightly higher click-through rate has helped it overtake the champ again just a few hours ago, like it did back in the beginning right here, which might be a sign that that thumbnail split test feature is helping. If I switch this to watch time hours, unfortunately this doesn't look quite as good, with the latest upload delivering only a little more than half the watch time so far. And here's the scary part where I talk about how I think the latest upload has cannibalized views from the reigning champion. When the latest upload started getting lots of impressions and views, I noticed that page speed tutorial was getting a lot less views than normal, and it looked to me as if those views were now going to the latest upload instead. I took a few screen captures on my phone to watch this pattern progress over the course of a day. If I zoom in here, doesn't it look a little like views from this video went down right as views from this video went up? Like it's cannibalizing views from the other video that gets more watch time and subscribers for the channel? It sure seems like it to me. I took a few screen captures over time, so watch right here as I cycle through those screen captures. It really seems like the algorithm has a cap on how many impressions it can give a channel on browse or maybe the homepage. I can't be sure yet, but I have some evidence that this might even happen with bigger channels as well. I saw Robert Benjamin's analytics in one of his videos, and I was really surprised at how his traffic level was level, even though he posts content almost every single day. Moving on, I want to look at the top performers in the last 48 hours and talk about what the strategy has been, if it's working, and if I'm going to make any changes moving forward. For most of the videos you see here, the strategy has been to target YouTube search and do YouTube SEO. I have a keyword research and YouTube SEO process I try to follow, and I can tell you that I checked every box in that process for these two videos, which are the top performers, whereas for the rest of these videos, I decided to go ahead and make them anyway, even though they weren't checking all of the boxes. If you want to know what that process is, I'll put a link to it here and in the description for when it comes out. If you don't see the link, then please subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll get notified when it comes out. I plan to stick to that strategy, except to make sure I'm checking all of the boxes in the future, as well as look at some ways I can increase watch time and encourage more subscribers. The follow-on to the page speed video that I promised in an end screen several people have asked about in comments could easily be 20 to 30 minutes long, so I believe that has the potential to be a good driver of watch time. The biggest challenge I have to face in the next 2 weeks though is getting 4 to 5 videos completely done and scheduled out, not including these monetization challenge videos, because I'm going on vacation for the first 2 weeks of July. So I may need to maybe only do these monetization updates every other week, or maybe even just make them a community post for the next few weeks. We'll see. But I see it as an opportunity to work towards my primary goal, which I didn't talk much about in this video. My primary goal isn't actually to get this channel monetized in 90 days. That's not an outcome I really have that much control over. My primary goal is to get all of the systems and automation in place so that I can create a month's worth of content in just 1 week's worth of my time, which I think will require me to hire an editor. Again, if you want to know what that keyword research and YouTube SEO process I'm using is, check out this video here, and if you aren't seeing the video here yet, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you will get notified when it comes out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.